Good morning. Where are we? I'm trying to find our video. Here we are. Good morning. Good morning. Let me send out my text really fast. We are going to make one of my favorite summer designs today. And I'm going to warn y'all, my voice is a little bit raspy and I've been coughing all morning. So I'm going to do my best. But if I'm quiet for a minute, you will know why. Okay, let's get started. I'm Joy from Alphalicious Designs. I am the owner and creator for all of our designs, and I am going to stitch a really fun summer design. It's one of my favorites for the beach. So while many of us are in back to school mode, we are definitely not out of summer. This is another scribble design. It does take a little bit longer than the ones we have done this week, but it is really fun. And it kind of creates a whole scene in scribble. Hi, Amy. Good morning or good afternoon. How are y'all? Hi, Karen. Oh, good. What are you stitching this morning, Karen? All right. Trying to find the best camera angle for us. I'm also eating some goldfish, so if you hear me grunting, I'm so sorry. I'm really lightheaded today, so I'm hoping a little bit of something in my tummy will help. So this design has a lot of ombre in it, which I love. I love the effect. So it's a beach scene, and I'll have the sand and the water, and then a big palm tree in the sun. And it's so pretty when it comes out. Company logos. Did many of those. I haven't done many of those. That is bothering me. There, that's a little better. Oops, sorry. So say hey when you hop on. Tell me where you are, where you're from. I always love to see where everyone's from. If you're new, make sure you join our group. We have a great group. And it didn't pop up. You can also text me and get on our text group. I'm going to post this design in the comments. So I'll put a link to it. Go get it real quick. I had it. Apparently I didn't save it. I'm sorry you can hear me crunching. Huh. Hey, Ashley from Kentucky. How are you, friend? All right, I have put the design in. I'm going to pin it so it'll be at the top. So this one's going to have, like I said, a kind of an ombre effect in several different of the areas. So there will be 2 different colors for the water. The sun has 3 or 4 colors. Oh no, not a down DGT review. Hi Marsha from Mississippi. Amy's from Georgia. Tell me you're in Kentucky too. Hey, hey. Are y'all stitching today? Well, Ashley's dealing with the machine. Karen is stitching. Karen from Alabama. So I've seen this one on shirts, but I think it'd be so pretty on a pillow or a bag. Some kind of home decor. I used a light brown for the sand, and then I'm doing like a turquoise and an aqua for the water. Oh, you're stitching from 6 a.m.? Girl, that's a lot to do. Marsha, for children's shirts, I typically buy from Love That Cotton, Blanks Boutique, ARB Blanks, Blossom Blanks. Those are my go-tos. I know Love That Cotton, and I'm pretty sure Blossom Blanks both offer wholesale, which is great. For adult shirts, to stitch on, I really like Comfort Colors, which I get most of my shirts from Alpha Broder, which is a wholesale distributor. AJ Blanks. I've seen them on Facebook, but I have not tried them yet. It's good to know that you like them, Ashley. Anyone who has kind of a nice thick cotton, it's going to be a really good blanket for stitching on. Where you run into trouble with like a heavier embroidery is when you get a real thin cotton or a loose weave, kind of like the Gerber onesies. Then you start getting into like shifting and puckering and things like that. So anything with a nice quality. Oh, Monag is another one. I have not ordered from them in a long time, but I used to always order from Monag. They have dresses and shirts, every color under the sun. Oh, Amy, it used to be 30 minutes from me. I was there all the time. It was so convenient and nice. Now they're like an hour and a half, probably an hour and a half. Too far. But I love Alphabroder. They typically have a lot of things in stock. They're good prices. I can get my embroidery supplies from them too. Yeah, Amy, I can definitely do that. Okay, so now it's coming in with the aqua. So it's a little lighter than the blue that just did it. And I was trying to kind of make it like if you go to the beach, it's always lighter at the front and then it gets darker as it goes in the water. Amy, I'm in Aledo, which is right outside of Fort Worth. Alphabroder is, well, I don't know where you are. You may be in this area too, so you probably know where it is. But if you're not in this area, it's kind of, I guess, between Fort Worth and Dallas. Sort of, kind of. Okay. I also love them because you can go in their warehouse and look at all of the things. So you can touch and feel. I'm a very big touch and feel person. And they have all of their products on display in their showroom. So you can go in any day of the week and look at the new shirts or look at any of the shirts and decide what you like and what you want to order. Okay, you're in Atlanta. Yeah. When I had a stitching shop, I did a lot of bags, and I would get all my bags from them. Yeah. Amy, does yours have a showroom? It may be different now because of COVID. Like, they may have changed that, but before, you would always, where I am, you would go into a room to pick up your order, and they had all the products out for you to look at. Yeah, too, because I'm just a very big touch and feel. So I want to know, like, how does the shirt feel? Or how does the bag close? Like, just different things I love to know before I buy stuff. But I also love them because I can buy one item if I want to and, not get a higher price. Okay, so one thing I love about this design, I've said a couple times, it's got an ombre look. And it's hard to tell at the angle the camera is, but all the colors are bleeding into the other. So they're all overlapping. So the blue runs into the turquoise, and the turquoise runs into the blue and the brown. And the sun will do the same way. So it really has that cool, like, gradient look to it. I should make some more like this because I really do love it so much. I'm pretty sure we have a pineapple like this too. Y'all, something has got me today. So if you notice, it's not stopping and trimming and picking up until it changes colors. I set these up. I try to always set them up so that there's not a lot of trims and stops. Because if you have a single needle, I know that can get really messy on the back. Also, I feel like it just creates more room for error whenever it's trimming and cutting and tying off. So if possible, try to make them run all in one swoop. So this one's not as quick as our back to school ones, but as you can see, I'm not touching it. So I'm just letting it run. And then you can do other things like fight with your DGT machine while you stitch. Hi, Joni. Thank you for listening. Okay, these goldfish definitely help. I don't feel dizzy anymore. So it's gonna do the leaves, and the tree, and I'll do some coconuts, and then I'll do the sun. Okay, I'm gonna point something out really quick. Because I've told y'all over and over that you can get in your software kind of customize these, rearrange them. If you don't want parts of it, you can delete the parts. I do want to warn you though that these are all set up in layers. So it may seem weird that we do brown and we leave brown and we come back to brown. But if we were to do the coconuts before the green grass, it would be underneath the green palm tree. It would be underneath the green and it would just not look right. So just keep in mind that whenever I set them up, I don't, if it looks weird, it's because it's set up in layers. If those are not things that you care about, you can totally move these around and do all the same color at one time. But if those are things you care about, before you start rearranging, go through and look at the order and see how it's layered and see if it makes sense to start rearranging or if you should just leave it. But sometimes if you put the colors together, it does save you a little bit of time. So it just depends on what's important to you. Have any of you stitched this design before? Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Waiting to see if the words pop up. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I did use on this. I'm using knit and cutaway stabilizer. I just have one layer of cutaway. You can use tearaway with these. It's up to you what you use. You have to figure out what's going to work best for you and your machine and the material that you're using. I feel like cutaway is pretty solid for these heavy stitch designs. I never have an issue when I use cutaway. Also, I'm making these for samples, so I like to have a little more stability. But if you do use tearaway, I would definitely use 2 layers at least. But if you have issues with gaps or puckering or the outline not lining up, then you need to really look at your stabilizer and see if you're using enough. Because these look light, like sketch looks light and airy, but there's a lot of holes going into your fabric and your stabilizer. So it's got to have something there to keep it sturdy while it's stitching. Okay, I want to know, does anyone have a fun vacation coming up? I am going on a cruise in 3 weeks. I think 3. I'm very excited. We've had it booked since 2020, and we're finally getting to go, and I'm so excited. I love cruises with 3 kids because everyone's fed, everyone's happy. There's something for everybody to do. Can't lose anybody. All right, so time for the sun, and that's it. Now remember, the sun has 4 colors. Hi, Natasha. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. It's so loud in here with the machine, I always wonder, but I can usually see the caption below to make sure. But thanks for joining us. So on my sun, I chose to do red, hot pink, light pink, and like a coral color, which actually I probably got out of order, but we'll see. And then the outline of it will be coral and yellow. You could use oranges on this. You could use reds. You could use purple if you want to use purple. You really have a lot of fun with this design. So it's the same as the water. It's all going to bleed into each other and overlap in some way. So it kind of really has that ombre look to it. If you were making this design and you wanted to put a big letter in there or a name or something, you could leave this part out. Just don't stitch the sun, and you have a nice beachy frame for whatever you might want to put in there. So you can always think about different ways to use the designs that you have. Well, this would be a good one, Natasha. I think it would be, like I was saying, you could leave the sun out and just do like Family Cruise 2022. Or you could put it underneath the water or the sand. But I can work on something too. We're going on a cruise, and I would love to make something for my own kids. They won't wear anything stitched, but I could press them. This would also be cute if you made everyone a bag for the cruise. You put this on the bag, like a little, just a little cotton bag. That's coming out so pretty. Natasha, I'm sitting here thinking, I have several beach designs. If you go into Alpha Stitch and down to, I think there's a beach category. There's some really cute. There's mermaids and sharks and Marina Rose in there. I don't have a cruise ship on there, but lots of things that you would see on your cruise. Swimsuits, different things like that. Yeah, the blue came out really nice. I'll take a picture of the two colors I used for the blue and post it here in a minute. Okay, so it's going to do one more lap around the sun in an orange, no, a yellow. And then the sun will be done. Uh-oh. It's going to give us trouble. Really good. Oh, it's not in the needle. That's the problem. There we go. That'll do it. That will do it every time. Oh, yes, husband. Oh, yes. Let me see what I can come up with. Okay. Here it is. I also struggle with the correct sizes. There's a big difference between 14 and adult large. Yes, there is a huge difference. When I would do adult shirts, I would typically use a 7x11, like the biggest, either a 6x10 or a 7x11, because you want it to cover, most of the chest. And I use a 9x9 on just about all of the kid shirts I do. I mean, unless it's too small, like obviously newborn is too small. Probably once you get to 18 months, I start doing 9x9s. But I would definitely use the largest size hoop you have. Or do like a pocket design for the men just on the side of it. It doesn't have to actually have a pocket, but just a small little like mini on the where the pocket would be. Okay, let me show you this now that it's done. See what y'all see. What do y'all see? Let me just put it down here. This is working well down here. Just gotta get this up here so you can see that. All right, so here it is. It's kind of dark down there, but let me pull this up. I'll show you. I wanted to show you, see if I can zoom in on these areas that are ombre. It's a little darker than I was hoping, but I think you can see it. You can see how all the colors like run through each other. Even the yellow goes up into the pink and the coral. Oh, sorry, I did that. Also on the blue, it's the same with the water. So I think it's really fun how it does that. I'm good to zoom in. So you can see I have like an aqua. I don't know what it's doing. It keeps popping out. I have an aqua and like a turquoise blue. And it kind of bleeds into the brown so that it looks like the beach. Anyway, that's it. I think this design is super fun. If you wanted to do the whole design and still put words on it, this is a great spot right here. Or you can come in underneath it and put words here. If you wanted without the sun to give you more space, you could just not stitch that part and put all of your stuff right here. So the sun is the last step, and I try to do things like that too, where if you want to omit something, it's easy to do that. So I love the sun, but I feel like it's an extra add-on if you're wanting to do like a big initial or a big name, or you want to add something else into your design. So you can always do that and kind of make it your own. Only thing to keep in mind is once you start altering it, we don't necessarily support that design anymore because it's not in the original format. So make sure you always keep your original and then you save your tweaked one as a second copy. So, all right, ladies, if you want this design, I have pinned it in the comments. There's a link to it. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to start doing these around 10. That was my plan this morning, and I was not feeling great, so I took a little extra time. But y'all let me know, would 10 o'clock, I'm Central Time, so would 10 o'clock work, or does 12 o'clock work better for y'all? So let me know that. I want to do it at a time that works well for you, but I want to try to start doing it at the same time every day. So that would help me if you would tell me that. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, friends. Hope y'all have a great Tuesday.